Welcome everyone. The first session we're going to have today on this fantastic camp. We are very happy that we can arrange this camp once again. We're going to start with a physical session now and continue tonight at 7 o'clock with the first session on some other topics. But we are very happy that we can have this guy here, Jarl Magnus Riiber, the best Nordic combined athlete in the world at the moment. Welcome.
Thank you.
So we're going to have a session today. Jarl will show a full, complete session. So hopefully all of you can join this session and follow some of the things you're going to do and maybe get some of the tips as well. And during this session, we're going to have a Q&A. So if you have any questions to Jarl about the training session or anything else, it's possible to write it down in the chat. So I think we're going to start, Jarl.
Yeah, I will just go through the training session a bit. It's quite simple session with a little bit warm-ups with gymnastics and also a little motoric and some power jumps and power and Schnellkraft in the end. So this is a quite simple session that I use 3 times during the week, and yeah, it's not so complicated, so I will just go through.
Good.
Yes. Okay, I think we just start with 5 minutes with a little bit of yoga, and yeah, just follow along. Just trying to get the hips and the legs a little bit started. Only to get a little bit more flexible for the session afterwards. Also, it's important to get a little bit the back also.
Do you start the session with running or do you go directly into this kind of move?
I usually run an hour, or maybe it depends a little bit on the day, but in front of the power session I use 1 hour running, and I can also combine it with a little bit roller skis, but I usually run, so I feel then I can put 2 things in one session. I always try to have the same routine on the yoga. I use it in front of the hill and yeah, in every aspect in the ski jumping hill. So it's nice to have something good routines.
Okay.
Okay, then I feel a little bit more ready to take some, what do you call it, Mikko? Motor skills. Okay, we start just basically with 1 foot. Only find the balance between the 50-50 on your feet, and also try to think hip, knee, and ankle are going to have the same movement every time. So we just start quite simple with one leg behind and tap it when you are going down. And trying to like stay stable all the time and have focus on just keep the control with the balance with the ankle. And also the other feet. This is quite simple, but it's also basic ski jumping skills, so it's only have the same focus. Now we're going to challenge it a little bit more with trying to rotate the hip and also have some sideways moves.
Is it important to do it slowly, Jarl?
Yeah, you always have to have the control and not trying to fall in or lose the contact with your ankle. Always have movement and also have a balance every time here and have focus on the hips.
But if you're losing the control, can you stop earlier?
Yeah, you can try if you feel you don't have the control, you can stop a little bit, stop a little bit earlier. If you have very good flexibility and also strength, you can go all the way down and control per way up. The leg. So then we have take this move, then we are going to do the other way, have the body this way and the foot this direction.
And everyone sees the direction of the foot of Jarl.
The other side. So this is quite simple, but you feel you get activated all the part of the legs, and it's good to also have focus on where you have your hip and knees and ankles in every aspect of this movement. So then we are going to challenge it a little bit more. Use a bosu, both sides up. This I carry around quite a lot when I'm traveling in Norway. You can use it both way, and you can lay on it, and yeah, it's a simple tool to good balance training. And then we just go through the same, but trying to have good control. Oop. Then we're just trying to put all the movements together.
Seems like I've done this before, Jarl.
Yeah, I do it a lot, so I feel I have quite good control. Then I feel quite good now. Then we are going to move on a little bit other aspect of the ski jump. Now we have focused on the control of the what are called the takeoff, and now we are going to take the flight. Then we are putting a little bit this on the side. We are using a yoga ball and trying to have focus on the flight and also the push to flight. So here, trying to go from inward position, hands out, hips a little bit off on like 5 centimeters, and just trying to roll out. And always have this part in the right position, not here, but in the middle. And then just try to go out and forward. This will take a little bit more on the legs, but we will challenge it a little bit afterwards. We are trying to do it a little bit more complicated with only one leg on. Then it's quite okay to just lean your arms on the ground to have a little bit more control. And then take your hip a little bit up and then go out. And then in, out. This is quite hard for legs, so trying to have some quite similar thing, just more similar and similar to the flying part. Then it's a little bit easier to have a bigger ball, bigger yoga ball, and the busu, and trying to have on the little bit on the same height. So you try to bring the same feeling from the ground on the busu and the yoga ball. Just there. it's important to like have your hips rotating the right direction, so it's not falling the wrong way. So you can like bring the skis into you, the ankle the right direction. Just trying to have this in the right position, and also bring the arms up. They go a little bit forward and back.
Is it possible to have the arms here just to feel the control of the hips for beginners?
Yeah, you can. If you don't have this, you can use your arms on the ground. This will make it a little bit more easier to have the same focus. But when you bring the Bosu ball, you will get a little bit more challenging where your upper body goes. So trying to have it stable and focus on a good line on the body.
Don't be afraid to ask Jarl if you have some questions. It's just put a question or a thought into the chat and we will stop and answer it. So feel free.
Yes. Ser vi at tida til en liten øvelse til? Har vi det? Der skulle vi gått gjennom.
Så jeg skal holde den.
Legge det bort der.
Du skal bruke de?
Nei, bare la det ligge bort der. Jeg bare trenger hjelp til at du bare drar litt i strikken. On this, you need a little bit help. I will go from inverted position here and up on 1 foot with a little bit help from the band to try to make it my hip make it a little bit more difficult to stand on 1 foot when I'm going from in-run position to flight position. Then Jan Christian will just pull the band
and destroy the season.
And destroy the season. And then you just follow me up, and from here you just pull a little bit in
like this.
Yeah. Let me try. And the other foot. Litt hardere på strikken.
Stramme litt mer.
And this, just trying to take all the, what do you call this, all from the ground to the yoga ball and put all things together from in-run into flight, and trying the basics of having the hip in the right position all the time. So when he is pulling in the band, I will get a little bit out. So I always try to get it in the right position. So, yep. Now I feel a little bit ready to go over to the power part. I've gone a little bit through the basic that I use 3 times in the week. Now I will going to have some squats. During the years, I have struggled a little bit more with injuries on my knees, so I have seen it important to trying to have a little bit more variation on the position on my legs. So now I will go 2 times 3 with one session here, one in the middle, and one all the way inside to activate all the part of the legs. So just follow me along.
I guess for some of the athletes that is here with us today, it's maybe enough without weights at all, just to try to do it both wide, in the middle, and tight.
Yeah, I think it's you just have to find. I usually take 60% of max, and it's quite easy part, but you can also do it with 40-20% of your body mass. So it's not important that it's going to be very heavy. It's just to activate all the part of your legs. So that's what I have in mind, trying to have more session during the week than one heavy. So trying to keep that in mind. So I usually use 3 minutes break. And then I normally do some sit-ups just to get the time fly.
So it's actually no rest.
No rest.
This was new for me.
What are you doing? For me as well, for 1 week ago.
So what are you doing? Trying to move?
Just trying to have a little bit of variation.
Yeah.
There is only to
like
roll,
a snake.
Like a snake roll. I learned it by Mari Leinalund. So I will also learn a little bit small tricks.
That's good.